I
Yep,
did hit.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Can you see who's joined in?
No,
Oh, you can't see. Well,
I
it's your cousin.
Swipe,
get out of
swipe.
here. No, my God.
You got to swipe left to right.
You can move
Wait, I gotta do it?
yeah, on your phone
Okay.
on your no, you don't turn off your camera, but you can. There should be a way of
Like this?
it should be a way of you. Can you see?
I
If
can see him now. I can see
you
him.
you can see him.
Yes. But can he hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go. There you go, cuz. Love you,
Cousin,
cuz. How you
I love
doing?
you
How
as
you
well.
feeling?
You know what I'm doing well.
Right.
Listen, wait, do you know who is here? That's Kyle West. Break it down.
Hey,
I think that's the first time I said it off the record to you. Oh man. Listen, we over the years, Kyle and I have joked about it. And like, when I see him, like you have to say the whole word, the whole name, the entire
you're
name.
the one
So you have
that
to
does
call.
that. Yes.
Yep. How are you, sir?
All is good, man. It's good. I'm over here chopping it up with Namdi and talking about the old days, and just brings back really good memories. It really does.
Wow. Oh, let me
Yeah,
let me tell you something. Namdi, first of all, thank you for allowing me on your platform and being able to join one of my heroes growing up
absolutely.
and my
Same here.
one of my mentors, Kyle, my first cousin. Obviously, my dad and his mom are brothers and sisters,
Wow.
and I spent a majority of my existence, under the tutelage of Kyle and his older brother, which I call my brother, and I don't call them my cousins, which is really,
Right,
I don't know if they're strange or not, but I just call them my
right,
brothers.
right.
Um, and just did just a great job as it relates to discipline. Because
Hmm.
one of the things, I mean, and very specifically, without knowing that we were ignorant enough to think we could make a phone call and get a record deal at some point. You know, we
Right.
we were literally just doing what we love to do in the basement. So we didn't know that our vocation was our vacation at some
Hmm.
point.
Right. Right.
And but I learned so much, outside of just the constant talks and spending so much time in what we call the basement. Um, and then you know, having to avoid getting in trouble because uh, my uncle Nick, which is Kyle's father, um, always make sure we had everything. We had this beautiful pool table and all this other stuff, but we didn't really play pool. What we did was we took the equipment and put everything on the pool
Oh,
table. So we ripped the pool.
Wow.
there you
So we had a
go.
we had a we had the 4 track and the organ and all of our little equipment, but we put it on. So we got in trouble because we ripped the cloth on the pool table. So
That's right. That's
oh
right.
goodness.
But
But
it all
what
paid off.
amazing, it all paid off. But imagine this. I want to tell people something that they may not know. So I remember now, Kyle and I come from a family of educators. So Kyle's dad, I believe he was the dean of schools in New York City, one of the largest districts in the world.
Right. 40 years.
And my aunt Laura, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
um, education was first, and it was truly, just all about education, following through, consistency, and discipline. And so, with that being said, no matter what we were concocting in the basement musically, without knowing that Kyle West was actually Stevie Wonder reincarnated, I mean, no, brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant.
Appreciate
Without even, and I don't even look at it as having formal training. Now, Kyle's father, this is something that people may not know. Kyle's father knew music theory in several languages.
it. Absolutely.
So Yeah, yeah. See, listen. I know I went to sleep over the summer, but I remember everything. um,
Yes, he did.
but
He's able to
but
teach. That's right.
yeah. But that being said, Kyle, in the middle of us, working on some projects, and at this point, no record deal, nothing of that nature, and not even really imagining to do so. Kyle uh, went off to school to LSU to New Orleans, and me knowing the sanctity of education in our family, I happened to be in Eddie F's basement one day, and we were working on some songs, and so I finally got a little breakthrough as it relates to maybe getting us some sort of deal situation or what have you, or production deal or what have you. So imagine going to the wall phone, picking up that little wall phone that's connected to the cord and the wire, and having to call the dorm to find Kyle. So I had to wait for three people to, find Kyle because but he was probably in the library studying or maybe with the LSU football team because he also played cornerback. So
Oh.
people don't realize that Kyle doesn't listen. I don't know how you got Kyle to do this because Kyle is the most humble, quiet. He
Hey,
doesn't talk anything about. He's about putting the work in, and that
it's all about
and he let cousin Al just do the dog and pony show, and he was like he's like I'm a supplier with the fuel. You go out there and make it happen. You do what you got to do. So it's a perfect yin and yang.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
and
sell
I'm
it.
just
I'll make it. You
that
sell it. There you go.
yeah, no, so it was a great, great, and it just so happens that we are family, and it made it so much easier. I find myself over the years, and I'll call them in every moment. I'll be on television, whether it's Fox News or be on something, and I'll maybe watch it back, and and I look at myself and say, "That's Kyle. That's not even me." Like, remember, I would call you say, "Yo, did you just do the interview, or was that me?" So, so because I find myself speaking like Kyle, so it's just so many. And I'm gonna give one more tidbit because I got to save all this for the book.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I give one more tidbit. So, Kyle, Kyle's middle name is Albert.
Oh, like yourself.
So my father's name was Albert. Our grandfather's name was Albert.
Oh.
Kyle
Right.
was supposed to be named Albert, but
Albert.
it's his
Right.
middle name,
Hey,
right?
see, hey, I still consider myself in that lineage of all the Alberts. Anyway,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and it was
It's
Kyle,
all
Kyle,
of them.
but Kyle has a rock star name, Kyle West, Kyle Albert West.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's because of
You can
you.
picture him coming in on a horse or a helicopter or something.
But he
That's
was,
because of
but
you.
Kyle
Thank
was
you.
sharing how Eddie F tried to teach you guys how to produce and not be too musical, but to really learn the drum machine and craft your sound. And he was also talking about how Teddy also influenced because he was saying, yeah, he was a musician, but they were trying to change
Yeah,
how the
and
sound.
I got it from the greatest of all worlds. Learning from Kyle, just growing up, our grandparents who lived on 151st and Bradhurst Avenue, not necessarily considered the Bronx, but I mean not considered Harlem, but up, Manhattan, right next to the world famous Polo Grounds.
That's
So
right.
as children, we would, our grandfather would give us some change on off the nook, off the table.
There
We
you
call it the
go.
nook, and we go around to what was the little candy shop on Eighth Avenue that we used to walk around
Wow.
to?
I don't remember the name. Pete's. It's an
Miss
old,
Miss
old,
Peace,
old.
Mr. Pete's or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
So, but
We got to go get
yeah, but
cigarettes too. We have to go get
we,
cigarettes.
we have to go pick up some cigarettes. You got to go
You
pick up,
know,
so
for the
whatever,
grandfather. Yeah.
and and then they get a little change, and our grandfather also something very unique about, and this is I think where Kyle got it as well, because my father also played piano, but our grandfather,
Right.
his hands were so large that he would play 12 finger chords.
Yeah.
So all of
Wow.
that dissonant, Kyle gets a lot of that dissonant sound because when you're hearing it, he was able to duplicate it without necessarily having formal training because he was hearing the black notes and the black keys and so he was able to do it without knowing what he was doing at that point. And it was amazing just to see. I said, how did you duplicate that sound? Am I right? Do I remember stuff? I know I'm old now, but
Absolutely.
so it's just amazing watching.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kyle. Go ahead.
No, just interestingly enough, our grandfather's piano was rarely tuned. So a lot of when he would play when we were kids, he played it on an untuned piano. So it was very dark. The chords were very dark. And we were used to him, and he would play dark chords. And we kind of translated that into what we would wind up doing,
And our first demos, right?
There. Absolutely.
Exactly. Our first demos, I used to call. So Kyle would work on something, and I would come after school after football practice and come over. And Kyle, so I would go knock on the door, go into the basement, and Kyle had the lights low, and Kyle had this thing. He would have this little black and white TV up in the corner, and he'd be watching The Honeymooners.
Oh boy, you're giving it all away now.
Oh man,
watching TV.
So we had the TV on, and he'd be just playing away, and it sounded like we were in a haunted house. So I would call his chords, his progressions, the haunted house. So that was the nickname for Kyle's chord progression. And then he had something so amazing that he would do, because when he would listen to music, we wouldn't listen to music in the regular key that it may be in, whether it's A flat minor, or what have you.
You slow it down.
Right. Yes. So we would go to the record player in the living room where I would rehearse. He had a big mirror in Aunt Laura's living room, and I would do these dance steps, copying obviously, Michael Jackson and so on and so forth. So no, they can come. Hey guys, I'm going to cut it short because I'm actually in the hospital with Mom. Oh. So I'm here with Aunt Cassandra. So I'm in the hospital here with Mom, and the doctors just came in. So, but I wanted to chime in and tell you, Kyle, I love you. I appreciate you, and blessings to over the pond and everyone there in the UK. Give them my best. And Absolutely. I'll see you guys very, very soon. And I can't wait to come on and speak with you. I love you guys very much. Blessings love you, to everyone.
Please give my love to Aunt Cassandra too. Please give my
I will tell Aunt Cassandra she's ready. Okay, we'll do. Okay. Take care.
Catch you later. Love you guys. All right.
Here, say Mom, say hi.
Hi, Aunt Cassandra. Love you. Much love to you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Catch you later.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye. Wow. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the Halftime Chat community. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, why don't you consider being a member? That's a way of supporting the channel, but also getting a lot of videos ahead of time, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and some exclusive content that doesn't get shared. But anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of Halftime Chat.